Hi, I'm Laura Candler of Teaching Resources, lauracandler.com, and I'm excited about my newest book, Graphic Organizers for Reading, Teaching Tools Aligned with the Common Core. I've been working on this project for over a year now, and I'm excited that it's finally ready to share with the public. Let me do a little walkthrough to show you some of the unique features of this book. Let's just jump into the PDF version of the book so you can see what it's all about. You might be thinking right now, graphic organizers for reading, I don't need another graphic organizer book. I've got loads of graphic organizers. But this book is actually more than a collection of graphic organizers. It's a collection of graphic organizer reading lessons for Common Core standards in grades 2 through 6. Let's take a look and see exactly what I mean. I'm going to jump right to the table of contents so you can see what's in this book. The table of contents shows that there are 3 chapters in the book, and let me tell you a little bit about each one. One thing I love about the digital version of the book is it includes clickable links to different parts within the book. So anywhere you see this blue text, if you click on it, it will take you right to that part of the book. So let me click on Chapter 1. Chapter 1 is Teaching with Graphic Organizers, and as you look through this chapter, you'll see materials, information, and tools to help you plan effective reading lessons for Common Core standards. One thing that's exciting about this chapter is that at the very end of the chapter, you'll find Common Core standards charts for grades 2 through 6, where I've correlated all of the Common Core standards with the graphic organizers that are in the book. Furthermore, if you look at some of these different links right here that are in blue, if you click on it, like this is the NewsHound Summary. In fact, let me zoom in a little bit closer here. So this is Informational Reading Standard 2.1, and NewsHound Summary would be a suggestion to use with that Common Core standard. So if I click on it, it takes me directly to the NewsHound Summary graphic organizer lesson. And then if I scroll to the next page, there's the graphic organizer that goes with it. So I love the way the links in the book allow you to navigate easily. If you look at the bottom of the page, you'll see that this text at the bottom is in blue. And if you click on the words Laura Candler's Graphic Organizers for Reading, it takes you right back to the table of contents where you can look for something else that you need in the book. Chapter 2 is Multi-Purpose Graphic Organizers. Let's take a quick peek into that chapter. And these are the 7 what I call multi-purpose graphic organizers described in this chapter: T-charts, multi-column charts, Venn diagrams, folded flappers, sequencing frames, sharing boards, and attribute charts. Let's take a little closer look at what those are. Here's a page that you can actually duplicate and give to your students after you've taught them about the graphic organizers so that they can start creating their own. But for each of those 7 graphic organizers, I give you a complete lesson on how to introduce the graphic organizer, along with Common Core connections. Zooming in a little bit closer, you'll see that I actually share some ideas of how you can set up that particular graphic organizer to go with the Common Core standards for your grade level. So it's all there for you. All right, let's jump back to the table of contents again. Chapter 3 is probably my favorite chapter, but Chapter 3 has graphic organizers for informational text and literature. And if you take a look right here, they're divided into categories. So you may have noticed that some graphic organizers are better for informational text and some are better for literature, and then some work well with both. And so you've got an entire list here organized according to how you can use them. And for each one of those graphic organizers, there's a complete lesson again. The Common Core standards that are aligned with this graphic organizer up here at the top. You'll find reading strategies, suggested text that you could use that I've found work well with this particular graphic organizer, and then step-by-step instructions for teaching it. And then the graphic organizer is found right after the directions. So just clicking through, looking at a few, there's a little section in some of them called Laura's Tips. These are things that I've picked up in the classroom or maybe other teachers have shared with me and I'm passing along to you. Finally, I'd like to share with you some of my favorite graphic organizers from Chapter 3. I compiled them into one file so that I can click through them and let you just take a look at them rather quickly. Main Idea Neighborhoods, totally unique. I think you'll like that one. Biographical Bits for doing research. another research graphic organizer, Research and Record, on-target questions, news hound summary as I showed you before, the cause and effect rockets, which is actually in this sampler that I'm going to tell you about in just a minute. It all adds up for prediction and inference. Seeing is believing, which deals with visual elements in literature. Stick figure character map has student directions and a blank pattern. Character feelings flow map. How to write a plot summary if you use this technique with your students. There are two formats, one to show in front of the class for demonstrating, and then there's a student form that has places for two books to be recorded. A basic story map, and then a story plot map that's a little bit more advanced. Step-by-step predictions, and a literary response scroll. Now these aren't all of the graphic organizers in the chapter, but they're just some of my favorites. Well, that was just a quick overview of some of the key features in graphic organizers for reading. If you're interested in learning more, you can go to my corkboardconnections.com blog and download a free 29-page sampler that you can print out. It actually includes some sample lessons that you can use with your students to find out if this resource is something that interests you. Thanks for joining me on this walkthrough.